Uh, So I guess we're recording. All right. Hello. Welcome to Yoga with Heidi. I'm Heidi, and this is Sammy joining us for practice tonight. Yoga with dogs. All right. So we're going to start in a comfortable, easy seat. Just really root down, ground down through the sit bones. Maybe pick up any flesh out of the way. Sit tall, lengthen through the spine. And just tune into your space, tune into your breath. Feel your bones sinking a little deeper to the ground on each exhale. And as you inhale, notice the breath entering the chest, lungs, your belly. Maybe even place your hands over your belly. As you exhale, squeeze your belly button towards your spine. Really bring it out. And inhale again. Maybe pretend you're blowing up a balloon in your belly. And exhale it out. Just a couple more breaths here. Really notice the subtle, gentle movements. Notice any sensations, places of tension. And just take a moment here. And if you want, you can go ahead and cross your thumbs and kind of spread your hands like wings. This is the Garuda Mudra. And we're going to start with our hands on the lower abdomen, and then we're going to move it up to our belly and then move it up to our chest. So we'll stay here for 10 breaths and then move up 10 more breaths and then 10 breaths at the chest. But go ahead and start that breathing with your Garuda Mudra. Your hands on your low belly. You're clasping your thumbs and just placing those fingers out. And we're taking 10 breaths. And this is for Garuda, the king of the birds and of the air, the enemy of the snakes. This is a powerful and mighty bird that Vishnu rides. And birds generally have sharp eyes, a distinct sense of orientation, and strong survival instincts. Large birds have such an enormous wingspan and so much strength in their wings, they can let themselves be carried by the wind. If you've reached 10 breaths, you can go ahead and move your hands up above the belly button. Do 10 more breaths here. This one's a really good mudra and breathing pattern for circulation. It's supposed to activate blood flow, invigorate the organs. So really feel where you're breathing into the belly here. Feel your hands as your belly expands. This is for your strong survival and strength. Whether it's pelvic, chest area, it's going to invigorate and stimulate, relaxing and relieving pain related to stomach upsets, respiratory difficulties. Maybe your last 10 breaths up here with your hands over your chest. This mudra also helps people deal with exhaustion and mood fluctuations. And the herbal remedy that goes with the Garuda Mudra is arnica. It's good for blood flow and circulation. So there's also an affirmation that goes with this mudra. It's I am inwardly free. I get what is due to me, and I live in harmony with my world. So maybe just keep that affirmation in your back pocket when your mind starts wandering during your practice. You can release your Garuda Mudra whenever you're ready. Whenever you feel you need to just bring some extra balance in, just find that Garuda Mudra and take some deep breaths. All right, so we're just going to start with some Sufi grinds here. So hands on your knees, hands on your shins, and we're just going to start making some circles here. Grinding down. This is really good for the root chakra. So really feel the sit bones, start to feel the tension maybe in the hips, on the spine, the shoulders. And this is where you can get a little weird with your somatic practice. If you want to bend your elbows, kind of sway back and forth, maybe make a figure 8 with your spine. You don't have to make exact circles every time. And then maybe go the other direction. Balance. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe into the ribs. Do a couple more circles or figure 8s, whatever. And then just come to stillness, rest with your palms up. Take a few breaths here. Breathe into your belly again. Pretend like you're blowing up a balloon. Exhale, squeeze out the air. Take 1 or 2 more breaths. Then we're going to do a little side stretch. So take your left hand down by your side and then maybe bend into your left elbow as you reach the right arm up and over. Inhale, maybe lift up slightly and then exhale, bend a little more. Maybe take that hand out. Just find a good side stretch here. I like to inhale and kind of reach up and then exhale. Maybe turn this into a little bit of a flow. Inhale up, exhale down. And we open up through the chest. Keep those sit bones rooted down. Do a couple more breaths. And then inhale, bring both arms up, reach the fingertips towards the sky, the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the right arm down. And this time we'll inhale the left arm up and over. Find your side stretch on this side. Maybe bend into that right elbow. You can even bring your forearm down if that's accessible, or just find where you need to be. And then if you want to flow, inhale, stretch up, and then exhale, fold. Bring that left hand down, maybe the left fingertips to your mat. And then up. Exhale down. Notice what feels different on this side. Breathing, opening up the ribs, the lungs. I'm going to do a couple more. Then we'll inhale, bring both arms up. Reach through the fingertips while rooting down the sit bones. Exhale, release. Google Meet wants to know if I'm still here. Yes, I'm still here. All right, so if you want, you can switch the orientation of your feet, your legs, to kind of offer some balance. Or if you need to, you can bring the feet out in front, do a little tick-tock. Sometimes my hips get stuck in Sukhasana. And then when you come back to your easy seat, maybe cross the other leg in front, the one that feels weird. And then just do some spinal flexes here, kind of like a seated cat-cow. So inhale, flex the spine, look up. And then exhale, round down, bring the chin towards your chest. And then inhale up. Exhale forward. Keep going. If you haven't already, start breathing with sound so you can hear yourself inhale. You can hear yourself exhale. Couple more. Then come back up. And we're going to come down and find a bridge. We're going to do bridge, but first we're going to lie down, keeping the knees bent and the feet planted. And if you want, before we lift the hips up for bridge, you can tick-tock the knees side to side. Start slow and gentle. Just kind of notice what's going on in the hips. Let's take some gentle breaths here. And then step the feet so the heels are close to the hips and your hands are down. You want to reach your fingertips towards your heels. And when you're ready, inhale, gently lift the hips off the ground. Bring your chin towards your chest. Make sure you're not closing anything off in the upper cervical spine. Still taking those long, deep breaths. Breathe into your belly. So we'll try to blow up the balloon here. Exhale it out. And be mindful of your knees. You want them about hips distance apart. Sometimes they want to splay open to the side. Take one more breath here. Inhale, lift the hips a little higher. And then exhale, come down one vertebrae at a time. And then step the feet away from the hips. Tick-tock side to side. And we'll do that again. So bring those feet back up. This time, if you want to do something different with your hands, you can. You can interlace the fingers underneath the hips. You can use your hands underneath the low back. Or if you want, you can raise your arms up overhead. I like raising my arms up overhead. Really rooting down, pressing into my feet, lifting through the hips. Breathe into your belly. Exhale it out. Keep those hips lifted. Keep breathing. A couple more breaths here. And exhale, come down one vertebrae at a time. Release your hands back down towards the hips. Step the feet away, wider than the hips. Make your feet wider than the hips. And then tick-tock side to side. It might also feel good to bring the knees up to the chest and just rock side to side. Hold on to your knees. Circles with the hips. Get a little massage going on your low spine. Bend your knees and roll side to side. Pull your ankles. And bring your feet back down. We're going to do one more bridge pose. So you can do whatever with your hands if you want. You can interlace them underneath. Sometimes I like to do that and really roll my shoulders underneath to get a different sensation, really open up through the chest. So maybe you want to try interlacing the fingers underneath your hips. Still breathing into the belly, lifting the hips a little higher with each breath. Exhale it out, keep the hips up. Just one more breath here. And exhale, you can release, come down nice and slow. Step the feet away, tick-tock those knees side to side. And bring your knees up towards your chest, just rock side to side. And we're just going to take a little pause here. So sometimes I like to take my feet wider than the hips and bring the knees together. Just rest here. Your feet are planted on the mat and then your knees come together. And I wrote down some astrology jargon the other day. And it says to move slower now, but with intention. Mars has just entered Virgo, and the energy has shifted. The fire of action now burns quieter and wiser. This is a call to do what matters most with clarity, humility, and devotion. And until August 6th, the spirit of the sacred warrior is with us. Not loud, not reckless, but intentional, focused, and rooted in service. This is a time for purification of your actions, your habits, your desires, to tend to the small things with great care, to bring your prayers into motion. During this period, let clarity quiet the noise. Take just a few more breaths here. And then we're going to do a move that we do often in Kundalini called the stretch pose. And it's really going to activate our solar plexus chakra, the abdominal region. So we're going to stretch. Oops, there went my water. Stretch ourselves out long. And we're going to be lifting the feet about 6 inches off the ground and lift the head. Look down the body at your toes. You can tuck your hands underneath the hips if that's a little easier. You can even lift or lower your head down, but we're trying to fire up the core. So take some long, deep breaths here, or if you know breath of fire, the belly pumping kind of in and out through your nose, you can do that. But we're trying to hold this posture for 1 minute to really activate that fire inside. If you need to take a break and come down, take a deep breath, that's fine, but then just come right back to it. Really activate that core. Try for 1 minute. And as you're doing this challenging position, I'm going to try to do it too while I read this to you. Allow your mind to settle and your next steps to become obvious through simplicity. Let devotion lead the way. Shift from pressure to presence, and let every action be an offering of care. Let your habits become sacred. Even the smallest rituals carry power when done with love and intention. Let imperfection teach you grace. Release the chase for flawless and find truth in the beautifully human. Let your energy serve what truly matters. This is your time to realign, to act from soul, not survival. And you can release. Stretch yourself long. And exhale it out. And bend your knees, plant your feet. Let your knees come together once again. And some breaths here. All of that settle. Just a couple more breaths in this position. And start to bring your knees up towards your chest. Rock side to side. And then start rocking the length of your spine. And eventually, we're going to come over into a tabletop position. So find tabletop. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift the knees, press your hips up, find your downward dog. Maybe your first downward facing dog today. Bend into your right knee, bend into your left. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Exhale it out. Maybe stick out your tongue. Find that lion's breath. And we're slowly going to walk the hands and feet together. Find a forward fold position. Maybe fold onto your elbows. Maybe sway side to side. Start rooting down through the soles of your feet. Find strength in your legs as you start to just gently sway yourself up. Come up nice and slow to avoid the head rush. And then, I can't see me on camera, but I will explain. We are going to do breath of joy, and it's 3 breaths in and then 1 breath out. And when we go out, we're exhaling and really throwing ourselves down and in between our legs. So it's good to have your feet a little wider than hips distance. And it's up to the front of the arms, up to the side, all the way up, and then exhale it down. So it's in, out, in, out. Yeah. Maybe keep your knees bent as you're doing this, because it's like a little, you're gathering up all of your energy, breath of joy, and then letting it go. And it's inhale, inhale, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Couple more times. And just release. But keep your legs wider than the hips. And then we're going to bend the knees down, finding kind of this goddess pose. And we'll bring our arms up. Palms face forward. Elbows even with the shoulders. Some long, deep breaths here. And then lower your hands to the inner edges of your knees. And then we're going to dip. So bending into one shoulder, looking over a shoulder. And then we'll inhale up and exhale. So this is a nice little spinal twist. If you want, you can even drop one hand down. Turn this into whatever kind of twisty situation you want. A couple more breaths. Then inhale, bring the arms back up like a goalpost or goddess. And then straighten the legs, let that go. And come to the top of the mat. We'll do a sun salutation to come down. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Put yourself inhale up halfway. Exhale. Step your hands and feet apart. Find a downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. And then inhale onto your toes. And then exhale, bring the knees down and find a child's pose. Bring that forehead all the way down if you can. Reach the fingertips forward. Maybe wiggle the hips side to side. Take just a couple more breaths here. And slowly start to walk yourself up. And you can stay in this rock pose with your knees out in front. You're sitting back on your heels. Or if it's more comfortable to sit in an easy seat, you can do that too. But we're going to find our eagle arms. So kind of flap, flap, flap. And stretch in the chest. And then when your right elbow is crossed over the left, we're going to keep crossing. Try to grab your hands and then lift as you inhale. Lift those fingertips toward the ceiling. Lift the elbows up. Maybe exhale, bring the elbows down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, do a little dip, curve down. Inhale. Exhale. Just a couple more breaths here. And then inhale to unwind. And maybe start flapping again. Release. And when you're ready, cross the other elbow, the left elbow over the right. Try to cross the wrists, the hands, grab a hold of something. Notice what feels different as you make your eagle arms this way. And inhale up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And you do a little swirl, maybe your right foot down. Take a few more breaths. Your eagle arms. When you're ready, you can inhale, open those arms, and then exhale to release. And then come around into a tabletop position. We're going to do some cat-cows. So inhale, lift the hips, lift the head. Exhale, lift the middle spine, drop the head. Inhale. Exhale. And then if you want, you can add some extra movement. Maybe you want to curve the hips to the side. Maybe you want to bend into one elbow or both elbows as you do that. Maybe you want to turn this into your disco kitty. Take a couple more breaths. And if you're doing the disco kitty, go in the opposite direction. And when you're ready, gently exhale, bring your knees out wider than the hips and bring the hips down towards your heels. Find a child's pose. If you want, you can turn this into a puppy pose, kind of coming up a little bit onto your forearms, lifting the hips. So that feels better. Just breathing into the back side of the body. And slowly start to come up. And we'll come back down to our backs. So holding on to the knees, come all the way down, nice and slow. And just bring your feet out. Just slow down your breath. Maybe turn your head gently side to side. Point your toes, flex the feet, maybe make some circles with your ankles. Just let the feet fall into a natural position. Bring your awareness up through the ankles, your calves. Notice the difference between the left versus the right. Breathe into your belly. Notice your knees, your hips. Again, notice the difference between your left versus the right. Notice the vertebrae in your spine. Maybe roll the shoulders a little bit more underneath you. Breathe into the belly. Bring your awareness into your hands. Maybe wiggle your fingers. Make some tight fists. And then open up, stretch the fingers. Do that a couple times. Wiggle the fingers. Make circles with your wrists. And then just let your hands fall. Palms up, palms down. It doesn't matter. Both are good. And then bring your awareness up into your neck, head. Feel the back of your head pressing into the ground. Notice the muscles in your face. And just try to let them release. Relax and rest. Just stay here in this calm, relaxed space that you've created for yourself. Stay here for another few minutes. Continue to notice what you notice. Notice what thoughts are coming up, trying to interrupt your Shavasana. No judgment for the thought, just notice. When you're ready, take a big inhale in and exhale it out through your mouth. And gently start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe turn your head side to side. Maybe stretch your arms up, point your toes, make yourself long. Take another big inhale in and sigh it out through your mouth. And inhale the knees up towards your chest. Rock side to side, slowly waking up all parts of the spine. And then gently roll to one side. Stay there for a couple breaths. And then you can gently push yourself up into your comfortable, easy seat. You can bring your hands to prayer or your Garuda Mudra. Just find a nice tall spine. Reconnect with your breath in this upright position. Just take a moment of gratitude for taking the time for your yoga today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. The light in me sees and honors the bright light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.